Hello there, and welcome to episode 1 of my gameplay series for my Builds in Action, featuring the third campaign mission, the Crimson Caldera. This is technically my second attempt. I have done another episode 1 before, where I failed horribly after 10 turns because I ran into an AI enemy and just got overrun by a level 12 hero at that point. That was just a dumb decision from my part, and I've learned what I have to do better. And here we go. We're applying the High Archer build that I also made a video about. You'll find the link to that also in the description box below. It is a crit-oriented, accuracy-focused build that has Fabled Hunters and Runesmiths going on for itself, and it features a lot of arrow enchantments and the usual things. This is supposed to be a proof of concept, so it was a really refreshing change of pace to get my teeth kicked in there for a change. So the specialty about this realm is that everybody hates one another, and once you get close to another city, they immediately declare war on you. So in the previous attempt, I did what I always did. I stretched myself out and tried to build a city somewhere around, and got immediately punished for that, because the highly aggressive AI I'm playing on hard difficulty, that's the hardest you can do on campaign, immediately snooped me out and wiped me off the playfield over that stupidity. Well, usually that doesn't happen, so it was a very, very refreshing experience. So, let's get into that. We are starting out with this build with a really, really powerful array of troops. We have a supporter right off the bat, we have a spear unit right off the bat, we have 2 archers, so there's really a lot of goodness going on. What is not so good going on for this map is that every third turn everybody has a chance to suffer from Berserkitis. So that is another thing that we need to take care of. My main hero has the Crowlmaster trait, which gives you a free Crowl companion on each combat's beginning, which is really, really awesome. So, let's begin, and I hope I'll do better than the last time. It was a little bit embarrassing, to say the least. But on the other side, I am very, very happy to lose, if that's... it might sound off. Wow, I got a big fat spike on these guys. It might sound a little bit off on one side, but, you know, when you're losing, you're learning something. When you're winning, you're usually only solidifying what you already know. So, in that regard, losing a battle is really, really interesting, and so far as it really opened my eyes for my lack of aggressivity in the early game. Alright, that all being said, we're going to do better this time. So the first of these guys is down. The damage is pretty insane for that early in the game, due to the fact that the awakening of your troops does amp their damage up quite massively. And our hero also features a bow. That means we have 4 ranged troopers to begin with, which is quite a lot of damage to begin with. We got ourselves an Inferno Hound. Not the most desirable of rewards in my personal opinion, but, well, I certainly won't turn him down. This is a silver infestation spawner, but the enemies on top of it are really, really meager. Well, I'm not gonna go down that way, and instead I'm going to open up the other resource patches around my city, and once I'm done with all that, I'm going to conquer Sublime, and I think I'm going to vassalize that place right off the bat. Now, let's get ourselves another Dusk Hunter off. As I already got a new melee unit, I don't need to do that. And yeah, we of course research Frost Arrows. What else should we do? Alright. So, I learned from my previous attempts that we need to be very careful how far we go away from our main city, and I also think it would be a wise decision to focus on what's directly around my doorstep first, so we can't get ambushed that easily again. Our goal, story-wise, is now to find all the other Gaudier, so we shall do. I'm going to automate this scout. And yeah, our doggo can stop that fight for us. Nice. Oh, well, I think I can do better than that. In the very beginning of the game, I really try to keep the damage on my dudes as low as possible, as I roam around a lot. That leads to me not being around my cities a lot, which leads to troops healing relatively slowly, and every big dent in the HP binds one of my healing spells right off the bat, which sucks. So, yeah, just so you catch my train of thought. Alright, we are going to push ourselves in front of the enemy here. The Berserkitis comes, so stalling or advance is to no avail. It is much smarter to press forward. Alright. Let's see. Oh boy. That's a lot of Berserk going down. But luckily nobody chopped off a limb of anybody. So, let's go for a Twin Awakening. Twin Awakening. Oh, yeah. Here, Overwhelm Tactics proc twice. This is as juicy as it gets, man. Alright, finishing off that guy with my melees. And, let's see. Well, is this going down better than the last time? I think so. It's hard to tell, though. My dogs took damage one way or another. I would need a screenshot to compare it. And it ain't that important either. Alright, leader leveled up. The very first thing I pick up, Restore, as this is yet another way of repairing a damaged troop. It's always a massively powerful move. So what I'm ought to do now is I'm going to roam over the small monster den, back home, and then to Sublime. And in the meantime, I'll let my scouts handle the environs. There we go. Let's produce another scout. And let's seek out those Gaudier. But I'm very, very careful this time. I learned from my mistakes. Back there is a pretty sweet spot for a city, though. But I fell for that once. I'll be much more careful this time. Alright, we got ourselves frost arrows down. Well, let's take that Wayfinder enchantment. I don't really have any inclination of picking up the other spells. Neither Blizzard nor Lesser Snow Spirit are really that appealing to me right now. Although, a Lesser Snow Spirit, it is good. It's a very, very good summon, as it is a skirmisher, and skirmishers benefit from all of our arrow enchantments as well, so, you know, don't underestimate the little guy. They fit surprisingly decent into the build. Alright, let's go for another monster den. And after that, I'm going to analyze if I'm not actually even able to build a city there. It looks as if... Alright. What I did learn for sure, though, out of the calamity of the previous video, is that we really ought to be careful about the vicinity to other Gaudier. And if anything, we should never try to make contact with other Gaudier via our armies, via our main army. It should always be one of our side armies, or scouts, and anything that doesn't give away much of our position and stuff. Alright, so, well... Let's see. Gonna be softening up them a bit. There we go. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that this will lead to some suffering on my Inferno Hounds, but it'll also lead to the enemy dudes here to have to move to take their shot. Alright. It's Berserkitas time, and, well, that's it. Okay. That went down surprisingly good. Alright, so let's, the rest is just awakenings. Now our archers can take over that battle. It's just a supporter, so we not necessarily need the whole power of our archers. I rather save it up for these guys, as these guys sting back. You take damage when you attack them in melee. That's what I'm trying to get down to. So yeah, let's do it like that. Yeah, not the worst outcome, not the best, but I'm okay. Alright, a big fat amount of food, a wonderful tier 3 weapon. What the hell? This is amazing. This converts the enemy into one of my troops. Nice. I'll keep that. So yeah, we don't necessarily need a bow. But let's not be too happy about a good item too early. I remember a game previously that started with a really, really massively good wand. So yeah, well. The problem that I see if I would be building a city right there, it is the close vicinity to Pavilios. Now, I'd be shooting my own foot if I'd do so. Nah. Just not, nah. Okay, so I want a forester. And I want a farm. Wow. And you see there, we are already spreading into the direction there. And this showcases quite decently why it would suck to do it differently. Okay, well, I want that library first, and then the Atrium of Light. But we're also going to chuck out yet another scout. What I learned from the previous mission is that I should not hold back any of my troops. I somehow need to cast those ice arrows. Keep forgetting that. Alright, we got that research down. Next stop, Frostblades. Very important enchantment as well, as we still have a couple of melees. Let's see, how well does that go down? Let's give it a replay real quick. I want to know why that worked so well. I mean, that's one thing that I really love about auto combat on the high culture front. They're really, really good at buffing themselves up. All that nasty, tedious micromanagement, all that stuff. The AI does a pretty decent job at that. Sort of. Yeah. Yeah, that weapon, man. We just created ourselves a minion. This is so crazy. Yeah, well, here, I personally must say, I think the map just won the game for us, to a large degree. But I don't want to mutter about that either. Okay, so there we go. Next stop, Sublime. As I really want to open the door here and get this party started. So we're going to dish out another Dawn Defender. Cannon fodder, basically. Just cannon fodder. There we go. And Pavilios successfully built the Atrium of Light. That is wonderful. Okay, so what do we need next? I want the Arcane Institute, as better spells are always one of the easiest ways to dominate a game. I'm also picking up the Wayfinder enchantment here. As this, I do rock a lot of scouts right now. this is one hell of a weird situation to be in. I think I'm going to conquer Sublime. That's what I'm going to do. Because this city does fit pretty well into my plans. Is there anything we do require? I think I'm going to harass the defenders. I'd like to dish out some damage early on. The thing is here quite simple. If I go this way down here, and I tell Pavilios to expand in that direction, I have actually land for 2 cities here. And it'll work quite decently nice. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Okay, and let's boost up those troopers. So, another Sun Priest. I do love the prospect of having a second of these dudes around. Let's build a second farm. Always useful. Not only does it make your city grow faster, it also is very useful in terms of boosting some of your cities. Alright, Carissa the Red, we already know about her cannibalism things there. So we have a neighbor down there. Okay. Wow, that's a scary army. Oof. Let's see if we can run away. They even got a tier 4 Warbreed among them. Sick. It's looking good. I think the scouts managed to escape. Sinran Toliath, alright. There's this bloke again. And there we go. It's all stuff that we already knew about, except for the fact that this time I'm not getting ambushed out in the open like a fool. Huh. That's the difference. Yeah. I mean, it's my own fault for not expecting this in the previous attempt, but in all honesty, I didn't expect the AI to be jacked like that. Okay, so can we afford? Yes, we can. Knowledge extraction is just such a powerful little thing. And there is a hero on the enemy side, so I totally benefit from that. Ooh, a lesser magma spirit. Nice. Yeah, let's get that bad boy home. I take every little scrap of power that I can get, right? So, scout against scout. Well, I'm still gonna be running away. Because I won't be nuking as hard as this dude will. Alright, I hear crumbling walls. That's the sound I've been waiting for. So, well, I have enough money to afford this little move here. So, well, 2 Sun Priests. I think I'm going to go for the third one right away. The third one will be necessary for the army basically later. Right now it's a little bit early for that, but at the same time, it doesn't hurt me either. It's darn high amount of awakening and the capability of distracting the enemy. That's all good stuff. And currently, I'm not that interested in another spear, because we already have a decent amount of front line. I would have recruited another spear if those Inferno Hounds wouldn't have fallen into my position, but as it stands right now. Alright, let's put that Birdo in front of the hero. And, well, we gotta be chilling for one more turn until everybody is on the spot. The Birdo does block the enemy insofar from moving forward, but doesn't really do more than that. Was never their purpose, though. Excuse me, I wanted to awaken. Alright. So the most important part is that these awakenings go now down on the heroes of mine. Heroes. On the archers of mine. And then we're going to go for a nice Awaken Inner Radiance, so I can buff the rest of my army, and those who get double buffed here get a nice strengthened stack. There we go. Okay. Portion of my army is not really capable of moving forward now, which sucks. Let's see. Distraction resisted. Too bad. Okay. So, let's try and get as much damage on their ice spider as possible. There we go. So we're... Wow. There we go. So we have now slows on both the fighter and the spear. I have shields emanating protection spheres there, and yeah, well, we're going all in with the Inferno Hound. Somebody has to stick his head now into the noose, and that's gonna be those doggos. The brilliant thing about it is I don't really care too much about if we lose them, as they were never a planned part of my army, so it doesn't hurt at all. They have no room in my roster to begin with, and that means I am honestly happy if I'm getting rid of them in a way that is beneficial for me, and this was a way of doing exactly that. So I need to think a moment about what we're doing here. The Berserkitis shuffled the turn in a very unfavorable way, but we also have right now the opportunity to hit the enemy very, very hard. So let's... yeah. Let's smack that hero. Let's see. I don't want that. Can only ice coffin anybody? Let's see. That would be quite helpful too. Let's see if we can't freeze those archers there. Brilliant. That helps me a lot. Because that means the enemy archers... I don't need to bind them this turn. They can't hurt anybody. And that is really... seriously good. A piece of good news. So... alright. There we go. That was an easily affordable stab. I had to be careful though, because, you know, I don't want to lose any further troops. And as you can see here, our enemy is high troops as well. And yeah, high troops, they hit like a truck. It is what it is. It does not only apply to your troops. Their troops also hit like a truck. It's a little bit sad that we lost the Inferno Hound, but I'm, as a matter of fact, very happy that I didn't lose any of my other more valued troops. I gotta say. There we go. This is so nuts! I love it. Being able to transform the fallen enemies into reinforcements for your cause is always one of the most obnoxious and amazing abilities I know of. There we go. Ugh, this fight takes a tad bit too long, but whatever. We're conquering a city after all. Here we go. 150 knowledge points as well, and we can simply absorb it. Let's see, can I speed up the process? Oh, I can't. Anyways, there won't be anybody going into my affairs here. This is... I got this in the bag, if you ask me. There's no hidden army of theirs here anywhere in the hinterlands or something like that. Nah, it's not like that. So, let's take a free White Witch. Sheesh, why not? These are so amazing. These will help us a lot. So, let's see. My original build wants me to go for the Tome of Enchantment next. I approve. There's so much goodness in this. We have already enough damage. This one here offers a lot of utility. The Purging Arrows are really, really powerful, as they strip buffs from the enemy. Since we have just so many ranged attackers, the buff stripping is real. Eventually, it just gets them, you see. Okay. Wonderful. So far, so good. I'd say this is how we're going to expand here. So let's move forward to Scaffold, shall we? It's the smartest thing that I can do. So let's, or wait a sec. No, I don't want to. Ah, well, whatever. I already did. Just realized how low my mana is. That was kind of not what I wanted to do, but it is what it is now. Alright, so we need at least a second quarry, so let's make that happen. Well, and at the current stage of the game, let's amp up our gold income. There we go, second hero. Brilliant. More draft income. More damage into heroes. Tier 1 unit buff. Now, well, I'll take the extra draft income, as this is really, really badass. Not gonna lie, this is really a powerful trade. Alright, so this way we have ourselves another hero. Wonderful. So let's get one of those White Witches into our regimen, as these are really good. And yeah. There's so many juicy infestations out there. Okay, so let's see. I want to do this infestation thingy. But we're going to send our highest ranking troops. So that's 4. That's 5. And a hero. Much brick. Let's see how well that'll go. Oh, alright. The mirror mimics. Okay. So, well, let me think about that for a moment. Well, how about nope? Not yet, that is. Not yet. Just realized that we're forcing our luck here a little bit with what we're doing there, and I don't like that. Instead, I'll be taking the mirror and the wonder on my way back home. There is always a way back home at the end of the day. Okay, so Mana Obelisk, I'd say. And let's take the Mind Read on the Carissa the Red. So, what's the glutton's greatest fear? 6 units slain. What? If you lure out a Mage Bane and confront Carissa with it, she will be paralyzed with fear. Okay. That's the thing. Okay, this is not a small battle, eh? Anyways. Let's see. New Empire development? Okay, but not interested, thanks. So, my good friends, I'd say this is more like it. This is a good start, and I'll be leaving this first episode, second episode, however you want to put it, of this series, I think at this point. Next round, we're going to see that we are going to expand our army. We need a bigger blob. If I do realize anything, then the fact that we do need a bigger blob. And we're going to work on that. And between the lines there, well, definitely gonna smack down that derelict workshop there, and, well, we'll see what happens other, but besides that. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Comments go down below. Leave a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and, as per usual, thanks for being around. You find a playlist link down below leading to the playlist of the Scenario 2, or the playlist standalone for this alone, where you can watch my failure. Enjoy. See you there. Feel free to support the channel via the given links down there, and many, many thanks to all of you who do. See you all next time. Bye-bye.